Whoa! Oh my god, this is sharp. Oh! Oh, that kick. Okay. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing? Me? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. It's a Friday, you know, where it's a nice Friday morning. It's a nice Friday morning and we are absolutely vibing. And I got good news. I'll tell you why today's a good day. Because we're going to watch some more Genshin Impact cutscenes. We're going to watch some brand new Genshin Impact cutscenes. Hot and fresh off the press. 5.0, baby. I'm excited if you can't tell. For those who don't know, hello, I'm Thomas. I'm a pretty amateur animator slash VFX 3D artist, whatever you want to call it. And sometimes to learn animation and get better at it, we watch cutscenes, see what we can learn. That's what we're gonna do today. So there's two main cutscenes that you guys have highly recommended to me. I've seen it all over the comments. So guess what? We're gonna react to them. Let's just get right into it. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. You guys know what you want. Let's take a look here. The very first cutscene we got today is Kachina. I don't know how to say that name. We have Kachina versus Mualani. I'm gonna butcher those names, but that's okay. Let's take a look here. We'll do my initial reaction, and then we're gonna talk about it after. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, some kind of arena. That's fun. Whoa, or two. Oh, okay. Starting with a really cool shot there.
We've arrived at the final phase. The winner of this match will take the final spot among the victors. Give it up for a long-time contender and first-time finalist from the Children of Echoes, Kachina!
Kachina! Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god, she might just be the cutest character I've seen yet.
From the people of the Springs, a young prodigy and Night Warden Wars.
Oh my god, wait, she's the cutest character I've ever seen so far.
This face-off between old friends promises to be an explosive showdown.
They're so flowy.
May the best warrior win!
You've come so far. Still nervous? Why does it have to be you?
The music gives me, it's giving Pokemon trainer vibes, you know?
Even if I lose, I won't have any regrets. Come on! Kachina, this is no time to be modest. I know you want this more than me. And it's about time you start sounding like it, okay?
The animation is pretty good. This one's it's gonna be a step up, I can tell.
I wanna win! Mualani, this one's mine!
Wow, what a fun character. Let's go! Woo! Oh my god, she's got a drill. So mobile. This is awesome. Whoa! Cool, really high speed. Very high speed animation. She Giga drilled him. Giga drilled them. Ooh, teleports behind you. She says sorry. Oh man. Is it over? Oh my god, she's crying.
I went too hard. Look.
Nah, you're okay, baby girl. Ah, so wholesome. I like her.
From the Children of Echoes,
Kachina! Awesome. Whoa, what's this one? Okay, so that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. A lot to talk about there. A lot to talk about. Let's break it down. First off, great establishing shot of this place. This environment design is awesome. I love it. It's like a giant arena. It was giving me like kind of Pokemon vibes. I said that in the reaction, but yeah, kind of Pokemon vibes. And then like the trumpets and the way the drums are hitting. Dun, 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 dun. Done, right? Very Pokemon, kind of feels like OG Pokemon. And then we get this really awesome establishing shot of, obviously, I don't know who this person is, but this character is clearly like either the Emperor or whatever running these games. So we get a really badass shot of us kind of like being looked down upon by this character. Camera work is really interesting because based on where you position the camera, that's going to be like your point of view, right? So if you position a camera, especially in 3D or whatever in real life, if you position a camera lower than a character, so the character is looking down on you, it's going to make you feel like they're looking down on you, right? Simple, sounds obvious, but you know, it's worth being said. If you put the POV of the camera looking down on a character, they're going to look small and more insignificant. So crossing her legs in a very dominant pose. She's in charge. She's the big kahuna, I guess. We get some establishing shots of the characters, right? This one, who is this? This is Kachina. Kachina's obviously very unsure of herself, very insecure, but everyone likes her. Everyone's cheering for her. Everyone wants her to do her best. And she's kind of like, yeah, I'll do my best. So that's cool. And then we have Mualani. And then we have Mualani come in. Another really cool character, very flowy, kind of like more of a watery beach theme, which is fun. And then they establish that they're friends, and she doesn't want to fight her, but the other one's very encouraging. And then she stomps, brings up her surfboard thing, which is cool. And then the fight just kicks off, and then it's basically at 100 the entire time, which is pretty fun. They clash for a second. She takes a swing, misses. Mualani's spinning in the air, and then the shark is coming around almost in the foreground, and it's going to come around here and do a nice, beautiful arc, and she's going to land on it. Check this out, right? They're both spinning, got some great motion there, right? And then a really cool pose here. Cool thing to note, right? As her foot is coming down, right? Her eyes are focused on her target. She's making sure that she's got the landing like kind of on lock, but she's going to see what this character is going to do next at the same time, right? So that's kind of fun. And then since she's got her eyes on the target, she's able to see what the character is going to do next, right? So she lands, her head's on the target, and the character's already coming in for a strike, right? So she's able to swerve out of the way from this kick, which happens like 3 frames later, which is pretty crazy, right? So it's cool action detail. So overall, really smooth, flowy sequence there. Everything felt really good. Then we have another shot where Mualani like comes back around, and Kachina's got her eyes on her. What's she gonna do? Flipping around, and she kind of hits her at a weird angle, unexpected, right? She loses sight of her for a second, recovers into a beautiful backflip, and then we get a really cool pose here of her throwing her bomb balls into the air. I don't know what these things are. Oh, they're little puffer fish. Kicks them at her, sees them coming, does a little backflip just in time. Pretty cool, and we get some nice water VFX. And then she spawns this drill mobility thing. I don't know what this is, but it's awesome. It's like kind of like a pogo stick, and she has some cool jumping animations with that. That's pretty fun. And then she goes in for the Giga Drill. Mualani reacts, flips her board around, and then we get a cool scene where they're both kind of like flipping around each other and moving. So that's kind of fun. And then we get this cool shot here, right here to display. Okay, so this character on camera probably isn't moving at all, right? You see the background, how it's like shifting behind her. All that is most likely is a flat plane, like a 3D plane, and they just scroll a material past you. So she's probably not actually moving, which is like a cool thing you can do in 3D and 2D. It's just a scrolling material going past her. She's having fun. She's having a blast. And then we get this cool animated sequence where she's like spinning around here. The camera's swirling around Kachina to make her feel like, to make you feel disoriented as well, right? Lots of good camera movement in this animation. And then we get this nice running sequence where she's like running away, right? Cool chase scene. She's chasing her with the things, throwing bombs at her. This shark thing's crazy, dude. This is awesome. Fun pose. And then comes in for a big explosion, right? And then we get a cool hero pose, hero landing there, right? Hits him with the Gurren Lagann Giga Drill. Believe in the me that believes in you. And absolutely trounces her. Oh! Look how much combat knowledge this character has, right? As the character, this is the first frame. Take a look at this first frame, right? She's kind of like staring off in the distance, almost like a 1,000-yard stare, right? The character starts to appear on this left side right here. Take a look at this. Take a look. Her eyes are already shifting. Look, frame 1, frame 2. Her eyes instantly have reacted, right? She feels the character coming behind her, and her eyes like squint, like almost like a focus, right? Really cool, subtle detail. And then she teleports behind her, and she was already looking. She knew it was coming. And then she absolutely destroys her. Man, so good. Honestly, great animation. Great animation. And then everyone cheers. We get some more character development where everyone's like, yeah, we're so proud of you guys. Everyone did a great job. Very wholesome moment. Overall, loved it. That was a really great animation. 5.0. 5.0. Oh my God, stepping it up. Like actually stepping it up. That was really impressive. Okay, next. And this is the one that everyone was really asking me to react to. So I'm very excited to check this one out. This is Mavukia. I'm probably saying that wrong. Versus Capitano, number 1. Capitano number 1 of the Fatui Harbingers. Oh, this guy's the big deal. Okay, he's a big honcho. He's a big deal. All right, let's take a look. I'm very excited for this one.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
Okay, so she is an Archon. Good to know. Makes sense. Oh, what an entrance!
NATLAN. A force to be reckoned with.
All right. Cool.
The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin.
Woo! Ooh, right up in there.
The oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled.
Okay, she is not to be trifled with either.
What use is the Gnosis in your hands?
Wow. Okay, this is a step up.
But it sounds like this is about.
Oh, she's back.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for NATLAN.
Oh, does
But
it?
before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
Gonna be a classic ice versus fire battle here. Ooh, like black ice. I like the shader on
I
his
assume
sword.
that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the
Let's
talking.
go! Oh, okay. Impact frames right off the bat. This is gonna be good. Yeah. Whoa! Oh my god, this is sharp. Oh! Oh, that kick. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, let's fucking go, Genshin Impact! Yes! Oh! And the music! Oh my god! Poking holes in the smoke. Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This is insane. Got like a Dragon Ball Z fight in the sky. Oh. Here we go. The climax. Wow. Impressive. Very impressive, my friend. Ouch. Very dishonorable behavior there.
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word.
Wow.
The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Oh my god, that was... Wait, is there more? There's a little more. Wow, that was crazy.
Are you
We're back
alright,
to in-game.
Archon?
Wow.
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would
wow,
expect.
that's pretty much that. That was insane. In terms of pure action, easily my #1 for all of Genshin Impact so far. Easily the #1. I mean, you guys know I like action. I like action scenes, right? That was it. That was it. That was the epitome. It had everything. It had absolutely everything. Let's take a look. So we first get introduced into this badass, Il Capitano, the captain of the first 11 Fatui Harbingers, right? Kind of got, it's giving kind of like JoJo Bizarre Adventure style. I don't know why. Maybe just the hair that kind of like forms from the helmet. So that's pretty cool. Obviously a pretty badass character. Then they spout some ideals at each other, yada, yada, yada. She shoots into the air, all right? Everyone looks up, and she comes back down in a big... Boom, big explosion, unnecessary, but hey, making a point here. Take a look at these gorgeous impact frames here. We don't see these often in Genshin Impact. I don't know how they do these. These are probably drawn, which is kind of cool. You love to see it. These are really impressive, right? and then we get a big explosion. Whoa, that's crazy. The explosion like kind of ruffles their clothes. We got some nice embers coming by, right? And then as the dust clears, we get a really awesome pose. And then that's just some good animation there. We get to see the weight of the weapon, right? See how her shoulder kind of like pivots to make sure that she's going to be able to handle the weight of the sword, right? And then boom. I see in some animations when the character puts a heavy weapon on their shoulder, the shoulder kind of dips in a bit. That's normally something you would see. They don't do it here. Like, look. It doesn't move her body. I think they get away with it here because she is such a powerful character that like this swinging this sword around really isn't that much, right? So they can get away with that, but it's a nice touch that when you pull the sword out, you have the arm kind of like, and then it pops up, it floats for a second, and that's a good way to get some like heavy weight and make something feel really heavy. But anyway, I digress. And then the best part of this animation, she pops on the glasses and lets everyone know that she's in it. She's serious. This is a woman that is not to be trifled with. I haven't been in many fights in my life, but if someone were to put on sunglasses before we fight, I'm running. Throws the jacket off, very dramatic. He really does look like that character from JoJo. I'm not gonna lie. And then we get, and then we see his weapon. It's obviously ice, but he's got this cool little black swirly shader that goes around it. I don't know how they did that. That's pretty cool. I do like that a lot. I like that's a nice little touch. Instead of like just having some ice, it's more like dark, evil, corrupted ice. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty unique. And then she shows off her stuff, right? We get some cool shader work on the weapon. I know how people highlight the inside of a weapon. They use Fresnel, right? But I have no idea how they made that little glow on the outside. So that's kind of cool. I really like that detail. I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. When she swings down the sword actually bends, right? As she starts to swing it down, we get a nice bend of this sword. That's actually the 3D model of the sword bending. Gives it that nice whooshy feel, nice smooth feel. Look how bent the sword is. Basically pointing at her head. And then instead of going down a few more frames, it instantly teleports basically down here. Makes it feel like super fast, right? Like take a look. And then the fight starts, so she dashes at him, right? We get some nice nice smearing. It's probably just a mesh that they use. He jumps in too, and we get the first clash with some really cool My Hero style impact frames. Look at these. These are drawn. Oh, these are so good, dude. I love these. I love these. Look how beautiful this is. We have like almost like a swirly mist, and then like the center of impact is basically where they clashed, right? And then the swords and the stars, just beautiful. Wait, let's look at that again. Look at that again, right? Gorgeous. And then we have two cones of ice and fire. And just overall using ice and fire as a theme during fights, I would say it does two interesting things. It gives the fight some nice contrast, right? You have one person with cold, one person with heat. These people also symbolically have completely different ideals. So it's cool to see that someone is on one end of the scale and one on the other. And then it's also a nice visual contrast as well, right? The blue and red feels nice. It just looks good. We get a nice sword clash. They get knocked back, and then the real fight starts, and they start shooting stuff off at each other. Oh man, this is so good, dude. I love this. Right, she dips, dives, dodges, dashes, clashes in, and then we get this awesome kick so far. El Capitano. Pretty badass in my books. Check out this kick. I haven't seen a kick do an impact frame in a while. He puts the sword behind his back. Badass pose, right? Spins it, gives a bit of a twirl, and then the leg comes around. Here it comes. And then impacts right into the gut. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Camera shakes, and then her body kind of like wraps around the leg to really sell the impact. She obviously didn't see that coming. We get a couple of stars to appear, and then it turns into a really cool impact frame. This looks like, this was not drawn, I don't think. This looks like some shader work. Boom, right into the air. Very cool. She didn't like that, so she charges up, Fate style, throws a hurling meteor at this guy. He seems to block it. And then we get this really cool shot of this nuke going off. This is most likely a single PNG. I don't see why that has to be a giant volumetric explosion. That's probably just one image. And then we have some nice shockwaves that they made come out. And then we get this cool shot. This is very cool. Take a look at this. When the hand shoots out of the smoke. Right? And we get some nice animation on the hand. We kind of get this like, almost like at the very end, we kind of get it like it jiggles a bit, right? Take a look at that. Boom. Nice jiggle to really feel the impact. And then she says, Kakarot, I've had enough, and goes Super Saiyan. Pretty cool. I've had enough here. And we got a really cool sequence of her jumping around. Oh my god, this is so great, dude. Dashes in. Big slash. And then one of my other favorite moments here is this big slash she does. Take a look at this. Right? We got a nice sweeping shot. She pulls all the way back. She's gonna mess him up, dude. And then we got a nice slow slash here. All the way up the sword. Nice shot of the butt. And then boom. And we get some nice anticipation here. A little bit of a delay on the explosion, right? Some more incredible impact frames, right? Boom. Big explosion. And then he's already up in the air. This animation is insane, dude. And then they do something, right, that I have no clue how they did from a technical perspective. I have no idea how they did this. Take a look at this. While they're fighting, they poke holes in the dust cloud that was created from the explosion, right? Take a look at this. Big explosion, dust cloud, whatever, right? Boom, boom, boom. How do they do that? That's crazy. I would love to know how that's done. Maybe it's just a second I don't know how they did this, man. But that is such a cool detail. And it's like, imagine that's done in 3D, right? Like, think about the amount of work that has taken just for that shot. That was like maybe 20 frames. And then they power up and we get this really great airborne scene where they're like flying around. This dude's like dodging missiles, like it's a Top Gun scene or something. He's flying around, dodging them. Then you get some cool Dragon Ball Z style like clashes in the air. Lots of explosions, another big power up. Like, this has everything. And then they clash and their swords break. So they're like, all right, you want to see these hands? Let's go. And then they dash at each other, and take a look at this. Take a look at this, right? This is how close they are in the final shot of them right here, right? So realistically, they're gonna clash in under 0.2 seconds. But we get a nice drawn out sequence here of them powering up. We get both shots on their faces, and then a slow-mo, and then impact frame, and it's a nice way to draw out and slow down a really epic moment and bring up the tension. Super cool. Taking notes. I'm taking notes. And then it ends in a big explosion. The ice comes crumbling down, very symbolic. And then the dust clears, and we're like, whoa, who was the victor? Right? She's not looking too great. However, our man has a fist-sized hole in his chest, so that could do it. And clearly she was the victor. Well done. Well done. Super impressive. And then he gets away in a pile of smoke. Insane. I gotta say, this animation in terms of action had absolutely everything. It had acrobatics, it had sword fighting, had incredible VFX, had some really cool impact frames. We like impact frames over here. Had great storytelling with just the way they fight. It had everything. I love it. I absolutely love this scene. I love when fights have different stages. You had them fighting on the ground first, and then they powered up and they kind of like took to the skies, fought in the sky, and they fought so hard that their weapons broke, and so then they started, you know, and then they punched each other. Pretty badass. I actually really enjoyed that. The cool thing about action scenes and animations is there is a lot of character in them because they're like a dance. You're basically choreographing a dance. You're doing one thing and then a character is reacting to it, and they're kind of like going back and forth, and it's like a chess game basically, right? Especially this like high level combat that you see. Super cool. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So what I would say is Genshin Impact in version 5.0 has stepped it up, like just in terms of quality, animation, everything. I knew I like they've always had it in them. We've seen it in even in version 2.0 that they're capable of this stuff. When it does happen, I do appreciate it because it seems to be so far and few between that we get to see these crazy action shots. So if you're playing the game, these fights mean a lot more. I get that now. I do understand that because there's so much buildup that happens. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, I love this animation. I loved it. Thank you for recommending this to me. This was unreal. This is an S tier. I might put this in S tier. Yeah, this is an S tier. It's my S tier is high. I do have high standards. Someone has pointed that out, but that's just because I love animation. I just love animation. I love VFX. I'm such a huge fan of it. I don't put many things in S tiers because I always think things could be better, and I want things to be better, and I want people to push themselves. That's it. That's it. I love it. I love this animation so much. S tier. Forget it. S tier. All right, S tier. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's all we got for today. I don't got anything else.